wife and I are taking a cruise out in the old golf cart to the campground, at the campground. The old golf cart needs some shocks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you down to the lake. I'm taking you down to the lake too. And I'm going to show you what I believe personally is probably the greatest combo ever. And I mean the greatest combo ever. It is...
Burgers and fries?
Aside from that, it is the Leland TCB and the Daiwa Revros 1000. Two units together that I would have never known anything about had it not been for two people. Hamilton Bell of Ham Needs to Fish Instagram and Tim Hahn Fishing. They told me about both of these, and I can't believe how good they are. How good are they, you might ask? I'm getting ready to show you. Leland TCB by B&M, Daiwa Revros 1000. Got a Bobby Garland on there. We're going to see what we can do. The sure sign of a fish when it comes to these, what I think anyway, these Bobby Garlands, is when you see that. He had that in his mouth, but he just had the little tail of it. That's a 1/16 ounce jig. And I mean, even into the wind, which is what I'm doing right now, you can just bomb this thing. The rod is extremely sensitive and very well put together. Feels great in your hand. It's very similar to the PC Fin Torrent. Or the Torrent's very similar to it, I guess I should say. And I like it too because you can get two different size tips. But what I'm finding about this TCB, man, is it is just so comfortable to use. This is one of these lakes here recently that's been, you know, cast, clean the grass off, cast, clean the grass off, cast, clean the grass off, then you cast, and when you get it in, you have to clean the grass off. Now I've got 10-pound braid, 6-pound leader, and for catching bluegill, trout, and crappie, and even bass, I've caught some big bass with this thing. When you reel it in, the first thing you have to do is clean the grass off. When I did the actual review of the TCB, caught my PB on it, which ended up being right around 4.5 pounds. The frogs are trying to tell me something, but I just don't understand frog. Oh. There we go. There we go. I just had to let him have it. He was fighting me. That's got bluegill all over that. Which, you know, it's in the name, bluegill. Yes, sir. Nice one, too. Little bluegill in the shade over there against the wind. Whew, wind's blowing pretty hard, too. There you go. Pretty fish, too. Extremely smooth, cast really far. I really liked the design of the spool because the spool is really what allows that line to come off there so easily. And there's some that will cast far, don't get me wrong. But with a 1/16 ounce jig and nothing more than the weight of this little Bobby Garland, you can cast this thing against the wind into oblivion. And that's where I'm going to cast it right now. Oblivion is somewhere over there. That's close to Oblivion right there. I used to live next to Oblivion. It's not a place you really want to live, but had a nice ice cream shop. If you're looking for a good put together ultralight action combo, check into the Daiwa Revros 1000, check into the Leland TCB trout, crappie, bluegill rod by B&M. You will not be disappointed if you are a light action fisherman like myself that has a tendency to catch large fish too. Always got to watch when you're casting close to the bank with 10-pound braided line and the wind's blowing, because it will loop your line right into a limb faster than you can say bluegill. Anyway, there you go. There's another one. Ow! Don't put that hook in my dang finger, you little... Or splash me in the face. Little fella. But man, are they fun. Again, don't let the rod and reel thing fool you. Don't let the size of the fish fool you, because caught some big fish on this thing. Wow, he hit the water swimming. He was air swimming before he hit. Man, this lure is absolutely pulverized. Oh, look, there's grass on it. Oh, man. That's rare. The camera is most likely going to overheat and shut off. Just saying. So we're going to try to do what we can. And I got on my gnat and mayfly protection because, let me tell you, they're out here. And they don't like me. Or maybe they do. That's the problem. So let's try to hook into a couple more of these guys on the, that is amazing how far that just went. Basically, I'm just letting it kind of hit the bottom, and then I'm taking that Bobby Garland and I'm just jigging it from the bottom up and bouncing it every so often. And some of these fish just cannot tolerate that. I don't know if they're mad or hungry. I'm not sure which, but I don't care really. There we go. He was out deep. Underneath of this, he's in here. This campground needs to pay me for all the dredging I do. Well, let me try. No. Ow! You would think you fish would understand that when you're hovering over land, that's not the time to flop. Those things right there, I can't begin to tell you how much those things hurt. Let's throw him back. I ought to skip him like a rock halfway across the daggone river. There's a shark out there, Chris. I'm gonna hit him. I tried to whack a carp. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done that before. It is a game called whack-a-carp. Whack-a-mole got old because whack-a-mole was, you know, right there in front of you. Whack-a-carp is totally different. It's 80 feet out in the water. And it'd be funny if I could hook a carp. That would be hilarious. You talk about a true test of the TCB and the Daiwa Revros. Oh, got a hit right there. And I got a fish. There is nothing better than that little foop at the end of the line, I'm telling you now. Well, there are things better, but when you're fishing, there's nothing better than that. That foop. Oh, that's a crappie. Here I am talking about where are the crappie, and we caught one. And that's what matters, because I was trying to, wow, that's a nice crappie too. That's a big guy. I'm stepping on my cord. See, if I was cordless, I wouldn't be stepping on my cord. Stop that. Look at that. I ain't kidding. Let me see if I can see myself there. Yep, battery's just about dead. And this is what we were trying to do, at least get a crappie. I was hoping for maybe a bass, but you know, sometimes those things happen. You don't get everything you want in life. I'm the perfect example of that. My wife knows she didn't get everything she wanted in life. She got me instead. So I tell you what, on that note, we're just gonna go on off out of here. Nice big crappie. Let me show you this. You've seen it a million times. I'm gonna show you anyway. I think you can see it. Leland TCB Daiwa Revros. You're looking at, you know, the rod was 70 bucks with a little reel. The Daiwa Revros falls into the $60 category. You can't beat it. It's a good combo. Wouldn't steer you wrong. I'm not somebody that tells people to buy stuff, but if that's what you're looking for, I'm telling you now, that's a good buy. You won't regret having it. This fish right here is regretting it, but anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little segment of TCB by Leland and B&M Daiwa Revros 1000. Try it out. See y'all later.